get to some Next Gen stats powered by AWS. Listen, the Titans and Browns have two of the most talented backfields in the NFL. Both Derrick Henry and Nick Chubb rank in the top 4 among the running backs in rush yards over expected this season. Kareem Hunt runs out the top 5 there. And since we got a Hall of Fame running back and a Super Bowl winning offensive lineman, let's get into this running backs matchup. LT, we've got arguably the best running back in the league and the best backfield duo on the other side of that. So what do you like about these running backs?
Well, I love that they have the identity. Both of these teams have an identity that they're going to run the football no matter what. It doesn't matter how many people in the box. Both of these teams have really good offensive linemen. As you sit here and watch this play with the Tennessee Titans, count the people up in there. I'm not even going to count the guy over the slot. It's pretty much 9 men in this box. But watch the blocking scheme. We call this 30 gut, pretty much. The tight end comes across formation, and watch the hole that they create up inside. You get this big man going forward downhill like this, that's an easy first down and a big chunk of yards. Now, count them again. 9 people in the box. Most quarterbacks, what are they going to do? Oh, let's check to a pass play. Not the Tennessee Titans. We're going to check to a run play because we got Derrick Henry. And the thing that I know, that Sean knows, that you should know, when they're all up there in the box, guess what? No one's back there. So once Derrick Henry gets through the front line, the second line, guess what? Nobody's going to catch this big man because he got speed to burn. And that's the Tennessee Titans. That is what they do so well. But on the other side of the field, you got the Cleveland Browns who do the same thing. Count them. There's still 9 men in the box. What does the Browns say? We don't care how many people in the box. We got a good offensive line, great backs. Nick Chubb running right up the middle. Look at the hole that they create. He makes one miss, finishes that run very strongly for a first down. And then let's put in the other guy, Kareem Hunt. Again, it doesn't matter how many people you put in the box. We're not going to check to a pass. We run the football. We're going to run a nice 40 power, actually 40 counter, one of my favorite plays. And look at the kick out block on the end. And then you got that big boy. I know Sean loves this. You got that big boy leading through the hole. Don't nobody want a piece of that. That's what they do well. Both of these teams are very good at running the football.
LT, I mean, let's just throw it back right now. Right? Let's go back to like the AFC Central, right? This kind of reminds me of like Eddie George and the Titans, and let's go all Madden team. Let's bring back Ernest Biner and Kevin Mack for the Cleveland Browns. That's what this game looks like. We've got 3 of the top 10 rushing running backs in the league right now. 2 of them are on the Browns. Obviously, Derrick Henry leading the league. But I love the plays that you just showed. And as an offensive lineman knows this, you know this, as a Hall of Fame running back, all the big runs, they happen in the A-gap. So the fact that these teams are finding ways to get these big runs right down the middle of the defense, that's how you gut a defense. You pierce them in the A-gap, get these big runs. I think the one thing that impressed me the most about last week is Derrick Henry beat up the Colts on the perimeter. And when you look at some of the perimeter blocking, you just highlighted Joel Bitonio and you showed some of the big fellas out front. But how about Jonnu Smith, the tight end for the Titans, doing a great job? Kirkster out there, the perimeter blocking and their ability to attack the Colts on the edges last week, to me, really set up a lot of their home run plays. And I think that's what Derrick Henry has really added to his arsenal, the ability to burst it outside, get everybody running horizontally, and then put his foot in the ground and come downhill. As you know, LT, when Derrick Henry gets going downhill, nobody wants to get in front of that train. He's got the truck stick ready to rock and roll. Nobody wants to jump in front of that and jump on those tracks. And I think when you look at the Browns, Kareem Hunt is one of the toughest tackles in the league right now. He's got springs for legs. And when you get him 1-2 right now with Nick Chubb, they're very dangerous. Think about this. Baker Mayfield hasn't thrown over 30 passes in 6 games. He has yet to throw for 300 yards this season. So no doubt Kevin Stefanski's imprint on this offense has been a huge factor for both of their successes.
All right, let's go back to Derrick Henry for 1 second, because he's in pretty good company in terms of just the ridiculousness that he's doing. The most career games with 150 rush yards and 2 touchdowns. Oh, look, casually, LaDainian Tomlinson is up there on this list, as well as Jim Brown. I mean, it's just insane when you look at what Derrick Henry has already done and who he is amongst in that group. I love that. LT?
Well, you know, I just appreciate the big boy right there, putting your boy up there and showing how great I used to be. I appreciate that.
Oh, stop it. Listen, a run game expert duo for the ages. Thank you, LT and Sean.
and runs it left, galloping to the far sideline. The kick is good, and the Patriots prevail.
Rainbows turning out their touchdown.
Looks, pumps, throws, Landry caught it. Touchdown, intercepted. Deion Jones, and Jones is going to the end zone.
Josh going to throw it behind him. DeBeasley going to throw it again to a man wide open. Gabriel Davis, touchdown.
It's Vicky, got it. Touchdown, Miami.
Kitten looks to throw down the near sideline, and that ball's picked off. Taysom Hill walks into the end zone, and there has not been a team that can stop that play.
The ball is loose and recovered by the Giants. Touchdown, Titans. That's 3 for double 2.
Robbie Gold has it straight ahead, and good.
That's deflected, intercepted Tyrann Mathieu.
To be careful once again. Let's bring in all-pro prognosticator D'Angelo Hall and work through somehow this division will play out, D. Hall. All right, so let's go through, first up, the remaining schedules for the Seahawks, Rams, and Cardinals. Let's start with the Seahawks. How do you see the rest of their schedule playing out? They start with the Giants and the Jets.
Yeah, Giants and the Jets. So you got to think that the Seattle Seahawks are going to come away with 2 wins versus both of those opponents. So let's go ahead and get them wins, MJ. And then they got my Washington football team. That's going to be a tough game. You know, I think Washington's defense has played a whole lot better. But the problem is still that offense and trying to keep up with Russell Wilson. I give Seattle another W, even though it pains my heart to do that.
Ooh, okay, I see you. You know, this Rams game is always a flag for me, right? Because let's not forget that the Seahawks right now, 2-5 versus McVay. So since 2017, how they roll here. However, I do think that they will win this game, D. Hall. Let's talk about the Niners, too. This Niners game.
I'm with you on that.
They are getting guys back healthy, putting people on notice, D. Hall. What are you thinking against the San Francisco 49ers? I think it's one of those games you can't sleep on them.
Yeah, that's a division opponent in the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan. You best believe they're going to need this game late in the season. So I'm giving the 49ers the win in this game, giving Seattle the loss.
I agree with you there. We're right on par. All right, let's move on to the Rams here. First of their remaining games is right up against the Cardinals.
Yeah, and, you know, when you see the Cardinals, they still play the Cardinals twice in the season. I got them splitting it. I'm going to give them a W in this first meeting. The Cardinals, like you said in the segment before, they're struggling a little bit. Kyler Murray, for some reason, just doesn't seem to, well, he's kind of been discovered a little bit. Defenses are starting to figure out what to do with him. And then you got the New England Patriots. This could be a tough game, MJ. What do you think?
Okay, D. Hall, this is the one I have highlighted because I think this could be an upset. You know why? Bill Belichick. We know what he can do, and he's sort of figured out how to take down Kyler and the Cardinals. Don't be surprised if he does that against the Rams. I think that New England could win that game, so I'm going to give the Rams the L on that. What about the next one?
Yeah, you're right. I think he will stop that run game. Yeah, then you got the Jets, right? You got to probably think the Rams are going to win that football game. They already got the loss against Seattle. And then I got them losing to the Cardinals. Like I said, I feel like the Rams will split that series with the Cardinals, division opponents. That makes them 9-7. So now let's pop on over to the Cardinals. And, you know, they got that loss against the Rams. You look at the Giants. I have Arizona winning that game against the Giants, winning the game against Philly.
Right, low-hanging fruit.
And then you got the San Francisco 49ers again.
Listen,
who do you like?
I really like the Niners in this one. You know why? Because this is Week 16. They could be fighting for that playoff spot. It's going to be a really tough game. And these two teams, when they go at it, always electric, always fighting. I think the Niners here are really going to put up a fight, and I think they will give the Cardinals a loss in that game, D. Hall.
Yeah, you're right, MJ. And you look at it, and you look at this NFC West. I predicted it early in the season that all 4 teams would make the playoffs. 49ers kind of letting us down a little bit, but you see it. I think 3 teams from the NFC West make the playoffs.
All right, well, right now we have the Seahawks taking the division at 12-4. But I do remember that prediction from the beginning of the year. We're keeping receipts, D-Hall. Thank you. All right, for a Hall of Fame running back like LaDainian Tomlinson, a game like the Browns and Titans is nothing short of an early Christmas present. Coming up next, LT is going to answer the age-old question, who has the edge when an unstoppable